Hey there gamers, welcome to another Web DM.
Hello friends and fellow gamers, and welcome back to another video.
Hey guys, Dave from Nerdarchy, for nerds, by nerds.
This is Taking20, a channel about all things role-playing games.
The setting is the great city of Orichala Palatine. Magic users control everything.
He is a lizard folk druid. Everything matters, especially the disgusting things. We should try to fix their mouths. They do not savor our goodness.
Human rogue thief. He steals things to help fund the orphanage.
It's locked.
I can take care of that.
Giant is kind of a nickname he was given. He does have a pair of spectacles that he wears because he feels they make him smarter. Joego, remember? Jardon, good friend.
Human Valor Bard. He's seen the poor side of life, the rich side of life. He holds those things very near and dear to his heart. Of course, we will get you the invoice.
And it's at that moment you feel the magic of the spell.
Start the show. Yeah.
What's going on, everybody? How's everybody doing? Hopefully you guys can hear us. Welcome to Save or Dice. Just so you guys know, this is the very first episode, so if we're having sound issues, if we're having whatever issues, just spam the hell out of chat, and I'm sure one of us will see it. So, without further ado, I'm gonna hand this thing over to the one, the only Jonathan Pruitt, who's gonna talk about some awesome guys who helped make this stream possible.
Hey, how's it going, nerds? It's Save or Dice, and tonight we are presenting a game presented by Jim Davis and with Nerdarchy, with Taking20, with DawnforgedCast, and all of this was made possible by our friends at ThinkGeek. They are the big time boys. I have personally bought many items from them. In fact, I own my own bag of holding because of ThinkGeek. So get on over there and get you something. We also have Fantasy Grounds to thank. It's the virtual tabletop that we're going to be using for the stream and for the game itself. So thank you to them. And also the maps that Jim Davis is going to be using here, he created on Dungeon Painter Studio. And you can head on over to pyromancers.com and check that out. So it's a lot of great things. We're going to bring it all together, and hopefully we're going to bring you a good game. So without further ado, and with no further gilding the lily, Jim Davis, take it away.
Thank you, Pruitt. And you're right, these are artisanal handcrafted maps. Viewers who caught our secret stream will know, cool people that caught our secret stream, that our heroes are performing a small task for a very nervous wizard who apprentice was kidnapped and is somewhere in the Undercity of Orichala Palatine, the great city, the great capital, ruled by magic users. And our heroes have ventured into the sewers after the wizard's apprentice Curio, and they have just lifted the iron grate, sort of makeshift iron grate that was covering the tunnel, and are now about to venture deeper in. There's a firelight sort of flickering somewhere in the darkness ahead of them, but their vision is obscured. Gentlemen, if you can see on your maps there, I've got us in got you guys in a marching order. If you want to switch it up, now's the time to do that. But I believe last time both Robin and Joego were at the front dealing with that grate. Joego's just ripped it off the handle, or ripped it off its fittings. Anything you guys want to do real quick before venturing forth into the darkness?
So basically, I grabbed the grate. I raged. Well, first, all right, let's set the mood because people weren't here for the test stream.
Yes.
Joego get great. Joego takes off spectacles. Then Joego rages, rips it off, throws it, and then with a roar, I then slink into the shadows. We have light, they have light. There's a darkness in between. I have the wolf totem for my barbarian, and that allows me to move at regular speed so I am angrily stealthing towards them.
All right. So we've got that. What's everybody else's sort of first moves here?
Seeing Joego slink into the darkness, Robin will, with practiced ease, do the same. Okay. And move forward into the tunnel.
All right.
Since light obscure or light obscurement doesn't affect my vision. So.
Gotcha. From the skulker feet there.
Yep.
So
all right.
We're at this point we're not through the grate, right?
You guys are about to be through the grate. Recall that you have a pass without trace on, which we are still. I don't believe it's taken effect. So Jogo's stealth there instead of an 8 is an 18, respectable 18. And then Robin, if you want to go ahead and give me a stealth roll as well.
That's going to be a 27, I guess. Or no, I'm sorry, a 25.
Correct.
So Jim, what I'd like to do here is, because I still have my unseen servant up.
Yes.
So I'm going to go back into my bag, and I'm going to pull out. I'm going to grab a rock off the ground, and out of my bag I'm going to pull out an empty scroll tube, and I'm going to cast light on the rock and put it in the scroll tube, and hand it over to the unseen servant.
Okay.
And then of course he still has the cloak that he can stuff in and try to snuff the light if we need him to.
Correct. And so how far ahead are you sending that unseen servant forward?
Not until everybody's through the grate. I just want him to be there in case it gets so dark that none of us can see.
Gotcha. How about Jardon?
Yeah, the little swirly mists continue to surround him and the group, keeping you obscured, even dampening some of the sounds and other things around you. And he will, he's done these things with these guys before. He encourages once again a bit of caution, a bit of, because we are here on a rescue mission. He will whisper quietly to Joego in front of him, as he also will join them in stealth. And
Joego, be very careful. Remember, we are here to find missing apprentice, but there are very dark things in dark corners of the sewers. I do not know this one. Be cautious.
A low growl as I stalk forward. I'm lost in the rage of the moment.
All right, so
I'm sure it will be fine, Jardon. It'll be okay. We have Joego. Look at him. He's about in his rage.
From the darkness, you hear, "Shh! Everybody, stop talking." From the road.
Oh, right. Sorry. And I'll pull out my bow.
So those of you that are sneaking up, they made it to about right here. And can see further, and this is where I've already got us set up for initiative. So you will see through your dark vision. Joego has dark vision, yes?
Correct.
That's correct. Let's see how far it extends.
60 feet.
Yeah. See a bit more into the cavern there. Not quite able to perceive what's in the shadows on the other side of the of this giant cistern that's right here. And is Oliver hanging back?
I'm gonna go ahead and move up with everybody here.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna assume you guys are responsible for your own tokens from here on out.
Okay.
Okay. So we are not yet in combat, but you can. All right, Joego, gonna stop you right there. You guys are able to see as you move through.
And Jim, as I'm moving up, I'm going to have my hand crossbow at the ready.
All right. Well, we've got some readied actions that are going to go off here myself. As soon as we reveal the rest of the room here. All right, ladies and gents, we are now in combat. You guys have some...
Glorious.
So as you enter this cistern, you see that there are sort of shadows moving along the other side, hushed whispers in languages that you don't quite understand, as they sort of come from the other side of this large cistern. There are a couple of chains that sort of loop down from somewhere, attached somewhere on the ceilings over this fetid pool of muck and sewer water. Just to give you some dimensions real quick, it's 5 feet down to the water. You have no idea how deep it is. And then, of course, it's however many squares across there. Standing across from you, don't let those tokens fool you, are 3 goblins who looks like they have crossbows trained and ready on you.
Oh, shit.
And here you have a hobgoblin and a human, sort of armored in reinforced leather armor with sort of small shields and broadswords as they stand guard. So I have got for initiative. Looks like Robin is going to be going first. Let's make sure I know how this works.
Hey, and Jim, before we jump into this,
yes,
Andrew,
sir.
you're coming in a touch hot, and Jim, if you can come up at all, the chat
All right.
says you're a little quiet.
Gotcha. A little bit quiet. Okay. Here we go.
Thanks, chat, for helping us out there.
Yes, always appreciate the feedback. Let's see. All right. I've got, like I said, I've got Robin. I don't know if everybody has their combat tracker out. So I've got Robin going up first.
Okay.
And we'll just take it from there.
Alrighty. Well, I already have my crossbow out. In that case, I probably see that hobgoblin to my right first.
Correct.
So I'm going to fire off a shot at him, and since I go first, I get my sneak, right?
I mean, he hasn't acted yet. I believe so, yes.
And so it begins.
So it begins.
All right. 16 to hit.
So 16. Let's see. Where was my guy at? So do you have him targeted at all?
Oh, that's right.
So you can go to that bullseye there and drag him to the target. Let's just go ahead and make that so it automatically tells you if it hits or not. No worries. This is a learning experience for everybody. These guys look tough. Joego recognizes a few of them from his days fighting these fools on the street.
You, Joego, know you. He reaches for a skillet.
Yeah. I'm totally going stupid on this right now.
So if you look at your combat tracker,
yeah,
you'll see a little bullseye-looking thing. The first thing there, you click it. It'll bring up a select drag new target. You can just drag it on top of the token, and it will.
Why am I not seeing a bullseye? Well, this is embarrassing.
Everybody, make sure you make fun of Pruitt.
Oh, no, don't make fun of me. I'm obviously don't know what I'm doing.
The other way to do it is to take your attack action either from your character sheet or from the combat tracker and drag the thing over the token there.
There
I
it is.
had something prepared for this moment. So
Gotcha. I hit him.
Hit him. Hit him on the
That is way disturbing, Andrew.
There you go.
pay no
22 damage.
attention to the mechanics.
That was 22. Let's see. All right. For some reason, I'll have to do this math real quick. No problem. Yeah, so your arrow streaks out at this hobgoblin-looking guy who was waiting for you, tries to dodge, block his shield up, but you managed to get him with your finesse and skill. And the coral sinks deep.
Okay.
There's a grunt of pain.
And then, because I don't want to be near that guy, can I just basically do a backflip across the sewer to the other side behind Jardon?
Yes. Yeah, that's just a hop across the way there.
Cool.
All right. Oh, well, that was your turn. There you go. Done with your turn.
That's it.
All right, Oliver, you're up next.
All right, so Oliver wants to. I'm going to step around the corner and kind of see. Do I see this guy, or is it so dark that I can't see anything?
No, you can see this guy now.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, absolutely. Oh dear! And I'll pop out and I'm going to fire off 2 shots of the longbow against him. Oh wait, that was damage. Whoops. If
Life
only,
is short.
If only
Life
it
is
was-
short. Start with damage.
Start with damage.
If it was only that easy, right? To just be like, yeah, no problem. All right, here we go. So I've got one attack against him. So I have a 14.
Uh-huh.
And then I'm going to follow that up with another shot. For a whopping 13.
Oh, 2 big misses there. He's
Damn!
he's like, he just got tagged by Robin, and he's like, not again, sir.
I'm gonna pop back. I'm gonna
right.
use some of my movement to back up here.
Okay.
They're all yours, boys.
All right.
It's okay. You'll get them next time.
All right. Some of the goblins
Thanks for the-
across the way are gonna go.
Thanks for the encouragement, Oliver.
You're doing great.
Right. They have their little crossbows there, trained and ready. They've got Joego in their sights because he's right there. Attack, ruffian. Let's see what's going on here. Every time I try to target one of your tokens, I am getting an unable to target token because they are not linked to the combat tracker. So we're going to try something different, see if that works. Does not appear as though I'm able to actually physically attack you guys.
Excellent. Just the way I like it.
Immortality.
Yeah. All right. So that's the 3rd time I've tried to do that. That's not working. Try something different real quick. Folks, this is live, and we do what we can, and we're all learning here, and hopefully everybody's having a good time. And
Joego gonna squash puny little goblins.
all right, I think I got it here. Oh, that's a miss.
That's no good.
That's no good. It goes flying off into the darkness, and let's see whose turn is it next. Oh, it's my turn again.
Foot
Joego bats it out of the air with his skillet.
He's like, "Get out of here! What are you trying to do? Don't you know who I am?" All right. The other. Let's see the other. Oh, that's another miss. Good grief, guys! Come on. I'm disappointed in these fellas.
RN Jesus.
Yeah, I'm really disappointed. This is a poor showing by Yabo's thugs.
I yell a curse at them in Goblin because I can speak Goblin.
Oh, you can, okay, well, you would have heard them say a bunch of stuff like, "Hey, I think they're coming." Was that?
Oh, you can tell us this now, huh?
I forgot.
Well, I can't let all my secrets out all at once.
Yeah, we can't.
That's why he was telling us to be quiet earlier. He was trying to listen in.
All right, how does this go? Jeez. All right, so Joego is just like dodging missile fire left and right as these 3 goblins let loose with their crossbows across the way, and it is conveniently enough Jogo's turn.
All right, so I am going to. Joego roars and charges the hobgoblin, and
Sweet.
I'm going to punch at said hobgoblin. Oh,
my
but
gosh.
not very well. I whiff with the first one.
Going so well so far.
Yes, stupid gobbo. Where Curio? With that didn't go so well. So he goes to plan B, and that is to try and grab him.
Gotcha. Okay. You got a 25 for that athletics. I'm gonna try to oppose it with my puny. Oh, that was a sweet roll I got there.
Man.
Oh, that's a natural 20.
That's a natural.
Dude, look at
20.
that.
Yeah.
What is it? When it comes to ties, tie goes to what? The defender?
Yep.
Yep. Is that right? Is that right? Or is somebody...
I think it goes to the high stat.
I think it goes to high stat. I would consider it like AC. You have to equal to or above, so he might be grappled. Let's see. I'm about to do this.
You, sir, are the GM. Make the ruling.
That's what I'm calling it. Equal to or above works the way. Let's see.
How do we even play this game?
I don't know. I mean,
So do I have him? I have him.
yeah, you got him.
All right. So I've got him grappled. I'm holding him. Joego not like gobos. Where Curio? And am I able to just push him over the edge?
Yeah, you can push him over the edge.
All right. So I totally want to take the ruffian and just drop him into the water.
Okay. Let's see.
Wretched.
So you're gonna drop him into the water. All right. He's down there floundering. Doesn't look like he can touch bottom. Good swims like Little John. Anything else for Joego? I think that's it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
It's now Jardon's turn.
All right. So Jardon calls over to Joego, or Oliver's right by him. Looks back.
These bad men, yes.
Very bad.
Okay.
So he will saunter over here, if that's enough distance there. And you see he kind of bites his tongue, and his hands begin to lift up, and the sewage begins to froth and bubble, and begin to swell up in front of him. And he's going to cast Tidal Wave and send it along the thug, then footpad 3, then footpad 1, sending the we've got it ready. Sending the wave of gooey goodness. Come on, there we go.
There it goes.
There it goes, crashing down upon his foes.
All right. So
And so here's that. They need to give a dex save, and if they succeed.
So this is thug 1, footpad 3, and footpad 1.
Yeah.
All right, that's great.
So if they fail, they are knocked prone and take 14 damage. If they succeed, they do not. They take half damage and are not knocked prone.
All right, so let's see where my saves are. And that's a tidal wave. Next save. See half. All right.
Sorry, that should be one more. No, that's right.
14 or 15?
No, it's a third level spell, so 14 is right. Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. Let's see. I believe. My saves are going to be right. They're not going to be very good. This is for the thug.
Oh,
That's not good. That's not what I want to roll.
that's exactly what we want you to roll.
That's pretty good.
All right, so no modifier. That's an unmodified 3. It's a good one. Let's see. And then for footpad number 1, let's say plus 2.
I'll play the animation one more time, just in case you didn't have the clear vision of what's happening here.
Of what's happening to these people so far. Footpad 1 and and thug 1 have been covered in slimy, oozy goodness. Oh, and this is 14, so he passes. So footpad 3 has passed. All right. We got a tidal wave. So what happens to our friends Thug and footpad 1?
They take 14 damage and are knocked prone. If they die, they probably get swept away in a giant, unpleasant wave of sewage.
They are not quite dead, so footpad 1 is sort of like knocked back against the wall. Just like stumbles back.
He's got one more thing to do. After the wave of sewage, he looks back approvingly at Oliver, nodding. Some good parts in that one.
It was excellent, my dear man. It was just splendid.
Hey.
You have good control of that, yes?
Did he say that was excrement?
Yeah.
Excrement. Big words, yes. And he will smile. Show you a new thing. You have not seen this since last we traveled together. And so after the sludge is going over and blanketing the others, you see he starts to kind of flex and big kind of fins start ripping out of his body. And he's going to use his bonus action to shape change into a giant turtle.
I wouldn't. Oh, dear.
All right, so let's got the snapping turtle out there.
Yep, should be twice that size. But then this big kind of Joego grin still amidst and nods.
All right, sweet. All right, Jardon has turned into a giant turtle. Got everybody kind of spread out over here. This guy Thug, he is trying to like wipe the muck and filth out of his eyes as he turns towards this now giant snapping turtle, and you can see him like muster up the courage to approach you, Jardon, and let's see if he's gonna actually get at you. He kind of like steps over here. You're a bit bigger than that. Maybe right kind of right here. And he's going to attack. All right, so the first one is a hit. Looks like he's got like a stout club with a bunch of nails studded in the end of it that he's trying to bludgeon you with. Oh, that's max damage on that one, sir. And so his first swing hits you, and he backhands and connects with a second swing, but that's going to be a miss. And that's a big miss. For Thug. Let's see. All right, whose turn is it now?
Are we back to Robin yet?
We are about back to Robin, yes. Oh, wait. I don't know how I back up back in the initiative there. I forgot to go with my Hobgoblin. Blew right past him. Hobgoblin is in the water. He's going to try to make an athletics roll to not drown, or whatever it is he's going to do there. Athletics 15. He's sort of like treading water. It doesn't look like he's kept his sword or his shield in order to swim. It looks like he's trying to swim across so that he's not like right underneath Joego. So get me out of here. Yes, we're back up to the top of the initiative with Robin Steele.
Okay, I'm going to pretty much stay right where I am, reload, and I'm going to fire off at Thug number 1 there.
Okay.
Fire off an attack since he is engaged with the druid.
Gotcha.
And
that's a big hit.
That's a big old hit.
He's been wounded before.
He has been wounded before.
Ooh.
Oh, you gotta love that.
That's a nasty one.
2, 1, 1, 1 plus 3. So yeah, sneak attack for 8 damage.
He's already pretty wounded by the wave of sewage filth that passed over him, but you managed to hit him. Get a good shot in.
What's the lighting look like where I am right now?
You guys are in dim lighting. There is a torchlight coming from somewhere over here, and then wherever Oliver's unseen servant with its light spell is,
it's got his flashlight.
Right.
Yeah, but so it is dim light though, so I can attempt to hide.
Correct.
Well, then I'm going to do that with the bonus action.
Okay.
So
33. All right. Robin melts back into the shadows. Let's see whose turn is it now. Oh, my bad.
And then in Goblin, I'm going to say prepare for justice. So more like, like prepare for justice.
Prepare for justice. I'm not sure why it skipped directly from Robin to Joego. Oliver?
Yeah, man. All right. So I want to step up And I want
to just a second. I was going to actually ask you to make a perception check because you see something.
Yeah, no problem. Boom. We got a massive 19.
19. So you see two figures slinking up this passageway right here. Not sure if you can see them.
Okay, so am I making them out at all?
Yeah, the one in the lead wears sort of a short black cloak, and clearly has, you see sort of like the glint of steel in its hand, and then the other one is sort of another, leather armored thuggish type that you can see.
If that's the case, so I'm perceiving them as a threat. So if that's the case, I've got my arrow nocked, ready to fire down on this hobgoblin. And what I'll do is I'll see them, and I'll immediately just react, Elefand! And I will cast fear on both of them.
Okay.
And I believe my DC is 15 on that.
DC 15, that's wisdom save, yes?
Yes, that is correct.
Gotcha. So this first guy, let's say, +2. So the first guy is out, the one in the cloak, affected by your spell. And then, let's see him, what has he got? He has no bonus. Funnily enough, passes that fear save.
Damn.
Musters the will to stay in the fight. This first guy, though, this stalker, fear's going to be what? Does he have to wait till he takes his turn to move, or is it an automatic thing?
So basically, it's a 30-foot cone.
Yeah.
And then while they're frightened by the spell, they must take the dash action to move away from the safest available route on each of its turn. And then
that's what I thought.
Spell also.
Gotcha. All right. So the stalker is affected by that. And then do you move or anything, or do you stay where you're at?
Yes, I'm going to go ahead and move up.
All right.
I'm going to kind of, as I'm running up past Robin, I'll whisper, "I've got company!" And I'll kind of point back to the hallway without trying to give away his position if they don't see him. And I'm going to move this doorway. But excuse me, forgive me. I'm only going to move to like right here because I want to maintain eye contact with this thug.
Gotcha. Okay. I keep closing down my combat tracker. All right. It's good. It keeps going. For some reason, it is skipping all of my people. So it's not quite Jardon's turn. I've got a couple of guys who could go. This first footpad right here is opposite Joego. Continues to try to attack you. We'll see if it actually works this time. And that is a hit.
Oof.
So Joego's going to take 5 piercing damage from the crossbow bolt there.
All right, half for a rage.
Correct. Yes.
Stupid gobbo.
Stupid gobbo. Yes, they are stupid gobbos. They're sort of chattering and laughing amongst themselves, and I was like, yeah, that was a good hit. They're just proud that they actually hit something. Here we go. What's this next? Footpad number 1 over here got beat the hell up by that tidal wave, and it's going to try to attack Jardon with his crossbow. I don't think so. Skips off Jardon's turtle shell. How are my levels, Cody? I'm still doing good on audio.
You can come up just a bit. We can. Yeah, I mean, it's not the end of the world. I think everybody, you're loud enough for people to actually hear you.
All right, that's good. And then this final foot person over here is going to go after the giant turtle as well. Freaked out, worried about how he's going to get home to his wife and kids. Hopes he doesn't die in the middle of the sewer. That's going to be a miss as well.
I'll take what's not going to happen for 300.
And so it's going to be Jogo's turn.
All right. So what is the actual distance between me and this goblin here? Is these the squares here? Is that accurate?
The grid there is accurate, yes.
All right. Then I'm just going to pop around here. Stupid little goblo. I know what you need.
It's like squeaks.
So I will punch you out at him.
Oh my gosh, these rolls.
It's terrible.
Brutal.
I will attempt it again.
There we go.
There we go.
So that'll
much nicer.
connect. So Joego just begins flailing his arms about like a wild pretty much, and one of them manages to finally connect. So as a bonus action, if it's still up,
It is.
then we get to try and grab him.
Boom. All right. Yeah, let's see.
Commence shenanigans.
Oh, well.
Oh, I forgot to use advantage, but whatever, that's good enough.
It's not going to go well for him, I don't think. No, he's grappled as well. So you've grabbed you've grabbed another goblin. There's the hobgoblin down there underneath you.
So can I just plop him on top of that hobgoblin?
I think so, right? I mean, I don't think that's a whole action's worth of stuff to just like let him go. You are right next to the edge of this pool.
You gobbo bad. You need to cool off. Take drink.
Shrieks as you drop it into the muck. All right, that's Joego. Jardon.
All right. The big snapping turtle will bite down on the guy in front of him. And nom nom.
18.
If that hits, he takes 15 damage.
No, Jardon, do not eat gobbos. Gobbos no good.
He's automatically grappled if it hits. So Jardon will turn with the creature in his mouth, like looking over at Joego, his head, as he's munching down and bones are breaking.
Yeah, so Jardon reaches out and snaps his turtle jaws around this, actually is in this case a human. You can hear the crunch of bone and feel the satisfying squelch of his internal organs as he perishes in your jaws. First blood, ladies and gentlemen.
Woo woo!
First blood part 2, actually.
I'm gonna use my bonus action to do a bit of moon healing and heal 5, and then saunter across the way with blood. The guy's still hanging out of his mouth towards the goblin on the other side. Got 20-foot speed, so there. And tilt his head and like spit out the guy at his feet and look towards the next one.
This goblin might have lost its nerve. All right, sweet. So this guy right here, who was not affected by the fear, is going to attempt. He's moving out to the tunnel. Wants to see what he can see. I want to roll a perception for him. I doubt he's going to hit that 33.
Just like against the wall, not moving.
It's pretty much impossible for him to hit that 33. No. And so he does not see Robin, who I'm assuming is sort of like pressed up against. Although I do believe right now you're out of you're no longer benefiting from the pass without trace, although your initial roll where it was 33. Wouldn't even have gotten a 23 to see you. So he does not see you.
Yeah, as he walks by, it's like my eyes open and you can only see my eyes, like Batman.
Like just totally oblivious. Yeah, his eyes are trained on Oliver, and he's taking out a
dodge. I dodge.
You dodged. All right.
I definitely dodge.
Where are you at? Where's Oliver?
It doesn't matter where I'm at. I dodge it. It's fine.
You don't.
Wait, Did 5th edition change?
Maybe so. All right. I don't recall a dodge. I recall you casting a spell last time.
This isn't 3.5?
Oh, that's a big miss.
Oh, look at that. See? I told you I
miss.
dodged it. I just...
He's a precog, man. Precog.
All right. Let's see. It's all right. This guy right here, he's in the water. He's attempting to climb out. I'm going to say this is pretty difficult to climb out of here. It's going to be like a DC 20 to climb up the slimy pits of this thing. Hey, there we go. So Mr. Ruffian makes it up onto the sort of like finding broken tiles and pulling himself up onto the ledge there opposite Joego. He's 5 feet down. He's got movement left. He's going to move up into range with Joego. And he's going to be like, just like spitting out sewer water from his mouth. It's like, how dare you? How dare you? All right. There we go. And he draws a what looks like to be a dagger and a short sword that he has up in his secondary weapons there. So that's going to be a hit on Joego. Weak sauce, minimum damage.
That's perfect.
Second hit on Joego. Oh my god. This ruffian. I'm just completely underwhelmed with him. All right, third attack. It's a hit. Keep hitting. Oh, there we go. That's a respectable hit. Yeah, so he's got this sort of like one really long, thin kind of it's like a giant stiletto, and then the other one's this broad-bladed short sword that he's trying to fight you with, or successfully. But you're a big wall of muscle and half ogre. Who's next?
Stop hitting Joego. Stop hitting Joego. Joego put you back in dirty water.
Like, it just gives you a spiteful look.
Should definitely have.
All right. Whose turn is it now? It's back up top of the initiative with Robin Steele. Round 3, ladies and gentlemen.
So this guy's just basically like standing right in front of me.
Yeah, he stood right in front of you. He does not see you. He had tried to attack Oliver across the way there.
Okay. Well, in that case, I am attacking from hiding. So that is with advantage. I'm going to just slip my short sword out and slash him right across the back. So... advantage. Why is that not working? Oh, well.
Yeah, you should get a bonus to that, yeah?
Yeah, no, like for some reason it didn't. That's weird. Oh, well. There it is. Oh, so close.
So close, man.
Oh, man, that would have been so sweet.
Should have been that champion.
Champion. Okay, so
19.
I'm going to stab him for 19. And
Like,
out of nowhere, I descend out of the darkness. And is this a goblin?
No, this is a human.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm still going to say in goblin. Your end is nigh. And then I'm going to use the disengage action with my bonus action.
All right.
And I'm going to slink around the corner
Like, geez.
to about here.
Let's see where you're at. We'll pull up the.
Leaving me.
What's that? It's like, oh, poor Oliver.
Just like an earnest reaction, and then he's like, serious. I gotta pull my shit together, man.
Well, this guy right here. So, I'm assuming for his fear effect, his new save is at the end of his turn. So otherwise,
I think it says if he breaks, if he ends his turn and he can't see me, he'll get a save. Is my understanding.
Gotcha. Yes, that's what I believe. You're right there. Yeah, he disappears down the tunnel. That's he's still frightened of you. Like, so startled.
Delicious.
Okay, so that was that guy. It's Oliver's turn.
Yeah, I am. Yeah, I'm this guy and run away because that's pretty much what I want to do. So I'm gonna shoot this guy twice, hopefully.
Vote 2.
Absolutely. Negotiate with these thugs from the sewer. Yeah, cool. There's that. 24 for 6 damage.
6 damage.
One of my arrows. It's nothing personal, really. And I'll just continue to lay arrows into him. 13? I don't know if that hits him.
13 does should. Yeah, 13 hits.
Awesome. Fantastic. For 10 more.
16. All right. This guy's heavily wounded. He's got a big gash across his back where Robin struck him, and then 2 arrows from Oliver there.
I'm going to flee around the corner.
Uh-huh.
The Stalker of Nazareth's coming! And as my unseen servant kind of follows along behind me, give me signals to take the flashlight that it's been holding and hold it up to its mask.
Okay.
And then just like follow behind me with the flashlight, giving it
a grim.
Don't let it touch me! And I'm going to continue to flee.
Okay.
Away.
Robin calls from the darkness, it's a tactical retreat.
It's a tactical retreat.
Whatever you want to call it! Yeah, that'll be my turn.
All right. Sounds good. Okay. So this other footpad that's back here, seeing the giant turtle make short work of their human friend and his other goblin friend, quaking in his boots, Mr. Footpad back here decides instead that he is going to attack Jardon, perhaps against his better judgment, perhaps not, dealing a total of 7 damage. And then, geez, it's like, I'm kind of trapped here. Something else is. This other guy. The second footpad. Number 3. He's going to make his swim check. See if he can't. That's not very good. It's not a very good swim. I'm afraid that the footpad that Joego dropped into the sewer here is drowning. He cannot swim and is flailing about wildly and making a lot of noise, and is taking in huge mouthfuls of sewer water.
So jealous.
You guys didn't know there's all the scatological humor that I have in store for you guys, right? There's so much. I mean,
that would be a shitty way to go.
It really would be. Thank you. All right. This guy in front of Jardon doesn't see any way out. His friend is drowning in the drink. He's got a giant turtle on one end and a big old ogre on another, and yes, plumb the depths. And so he instead approaches Jardon in turtle form and attempts to. Oh, that's the first one. That's a big miss. And his second attack is another miss. Good grief. Good grief. All right. I'm pathetic. I'm about ready to hang up my DM's hat. Joego, it's your go.
Alrighty then. So, is footpad number 2 within Jogo's reach?
If you kind of if you squat down, yeah. I mean, it's not that far down, and you're a a giant half ogre.
Okay, would that be advantage because of high ground?
Yeah, definitely.
Here, let me help you out, little friend. And I will attack.
Attack the drowning goblin.
I will.
All right.
All right, so he will take a whopping 8 points of damage. And so now that means I will initiate a grapple with him.
You can feel him go like limp, and he starts to like almost immediately sink. You can grab him if you want.
Okay, so I am going to grab him and use him as an improvised weapon.
Okay.
And here, stupid gobbo, have another gobbo. Oh, you know what? I accidentally hit.
You had advantage.
Yeah.
Go ahead and re-roll that attack.
All right. I was set up to grapple.
Oh, gosh, look at that. Another 3.
He kind of like the hobgoblin jumps back at the last minute as you sling this mucky dead goblin at him.
It slaps up against the wall, splat.
All the strength was land.
Yeah, this is absolutely disgusting. I'm ashamed of myself. All right, so Joego's done. He's wielding a goblin, and it's now Jardon's turn.
He'll rinse and repeat from last. Well, he never rinses, but he will move up to the next one. Take another big biting snap, and maybe missing this time.
Yes,
and looks slightly forlorn that he doesn't get to bite.
That was footpad number 3.
Mm-hmm.
Might hit. Let's see. No, the 11 is going to miss.
Yep.
All right.
That's it.
That's it.
Well, I guess he's got more movement, so maybe he'll jump into the water a little bit and pat around this way.
Okay.
That's swim speed. He's pretty good.
For the lols.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Now he's got to head towards Joego.
All right. Here we go. This thug comes out here, comes to the edge, is looking around. There's a light spell going off over here somewhere with the unseen servant. There's a bunch of stuff going on. And was Robin? I don't believe Robin hidden. Was hidden.
No, I didn't have an action to hide.
Gotcha. 2 targets. Gonna go after the nearest one. Drops his crossbow and attempts to engage. Engage Robin in little fisticuffs.
Okay.
Let's see. There we go. Clearing that out. All right. Here we go. Attack. Oh, first one's a hit.
Okay.
It's going to be 6 damage from his bludgeon, his club. Second attack. It's going to be a second hit. The melee is ferocious over here between Robin and the thug. Ooh. Nice damage there. Nice. All right, and let's see. Ruffian engaged with Joego. They're they're having a mighty battle over here. Let's see. First attack. That's going to be a miss. Second attack's a miss.
Man.
Oh, the third one's going to connect. There.
I was say, where were those rolls for me?
Oh man. Max damage over here. So I'm going to go ahead and adjust. Well, I was going to say I'm going to readjust his the wounds he's taken to reflect the
rage.
Yes, reflect the rage. Right now they weren't. It was not factoring in. So he is not nearly as wounded as the combat track would lead you to believe. So Joego and the Ruffian are having themselves a little battle. Thug and Robin are having themselves a little battle. And it's at that point those of you paying attention, looks like maybe Jardon and Oliver can see a heavily armored orc with a sort of big, looks like maybe a great sword come out of this tunnel and make his way there. Robin, top of the initiative, round 4.
Okay. Well, I'm going to use, first off, I'm going to use my bonus action to grab a bag of sand to throw in this guy's eyes. So
Okay.
I believe we determined that would be a DC 10 dex save
Yes, we did, didn't we?
to be blinded.
To avoid being blinded. Let's see. No bonus to dex here. Dean, all right. He deftly dodges out of the way of your sand.
Well, never mind. I'm just going to try to
It's all in his hair. It's going to be a...
pick a disadvantage to comb his hair later.
Mhm.
So in that case, I'm just going to swing my sword at him.
Okay.
So close.
So close.
Second 19 of the night. And I'll just stab him with the normal stabby stab.
Oh, is he? Yes, he is. He's dying, isn't he?
He does rogue things.
And I'll look him straight in the eyes as he slips away from this mortal coil.
You guys are really roughing these guys up. I mean, like, you might have been drinking with some of these people. That's okay. What happens down in the Undercity? All the rules are off.
Yeah. And then I'm going to move back to here around the corner.
Okay.
And I am done.
You're done. That's what you just said. All right. It's the guy who was afeared earlier. He is attempting. I don't know. You guys don't really know what's going on, but I'm going to try to see if he's going to shake it loose now that he's good grief. No, he's still afraid.
Natural 1, baby.
Still
Yes.
afraid. All right. That happens. It is now Oliver's turn.
Run away. Okay.
You can hear the screams from down the tunnel. He's got some sort of god.
I love this. Do is I'm gonna quickly assess. This guy is wearing. You said like he's heavily armored.
Yes, he's heavily armored. Yeah, he's got like plate armor on and a giant two-handed sword.
Okay. Since I can hear the screaming, I don't want to give up my concentration on my current spell. So I turn over and I'm gonna quickly survey what's going on here, and I'm gonna fire over at this footpad 1, which is this far totally open. So I'm gonna do this once, and so 15 gets there.
15 hits, yes sir.
Damage 8.
And this one, you see him slump back against the wall. Your arrow quivering out of his torso.
I've got the next one knocked in. I guess not all goblins are dangerous. Fire over to this other one down here in front of Andrew. 13.
13's gonna hit.
And the damage on that is 10. And then
he's pretty roughed up.
Look here in front of Joego.
I didn't catch that. What'd you say?
I'm sorry, I'm getting mic issues here, guys. I'll switch over here to in just a moment. How does this ruffian look here in front of Joego?
He's pretty wounded. He's taken a bit of a bruising whenever he was dropped into the water, and I do believe that someone shot him. I believe that maybe Robin had shot him earlier with.
Okay, then I'm not gonna take any bonus action at the moment, and then
Gotcha.
I'll just continue to separate my from the crowd.
Gotcha. All right. It's the footpad's turn. The lone goblin is going to look around. I don't know. I mean, he's pretty bolstered. In terms of his morale, he's pretty bolstered by the presence of Brute 2 that has shown up. And so he's like, all right, this turtle's gone swimming. And he takes aim and attempts to attack Jardon, who is swimming around the cistern pool. It's going to be a hit.
In turtle form, his AC is 18.
Oh, his AC is 18 in turtle form? All right, so that's going to be a miss then. How do I get that damage back?
Turtle power.
It's turtle power.
I've been tracking the turtle's hit points on its own sheet.
Oh, you've got it on there. Okay.
Yeah,
I will reset this then. Okay. So yeah, it says 8 for the turtle, but it is going to, and it's going to move back here because you were down in the water. Yes. Joego.
All right, so I look over at the sound of clanking metal. Do I recognize this figure?
Yeah, I would say Joego recognizes all these figures. These are sort of like mid-level thugs in Yavo's gang. None of them are that you recognize so far have been anyone of any particular importance. But you know, from your time getting into street fights with them and roughing them up, you recognize all of them.
Okay. Just want to make sure it wasn't actually Yavo. Oh, no. So Joego raises his hands above his head. Joego got idea. Jardon want to eat yucky goblos. Then Joego feed him yucky goblos. And I will attempt to grab the guy in front of me and throw him in.
Okay.
All right.
He's
That
25.
is 25.
All right. Let's try to get, he's going to roll his athletics. I don't think so. Joego grabs this hobgoblin and has got him in his grapple. And you're gonna throw him back into the pool?
Yes.
Right. You can easily chunk him 10 feet into the water. I don't know. I mean, this is one of those moments where I feel like I want to revert to my 3rd edition days and bust out all the math on how far you can throw a hobgoblin depending on how they weigh and strength. And it's not any fun.
Fantasy Grounds can't calculate that?
I don't know. It's all right.
So I have a bunch.
Fantasy Grounds can absolutely calculate that. Thank you for asking, Pruitt.
Sweet.
Just making sure, Cody.
With that, I have a bunch of movement left. So Joego just starts trucking over to this other guy. And I will, you know what? I'm just going to give him the same treatment. I'm just going to scoop him up into a bear hug. And he's wearing heavy armor, you say?
He is wearing heavy armor.
So that's a 23. I believe I still have movement. I'm just going to pick him up and jump into the water with him.
Let's see if he. Gosh, jeez. All right, so he does not.
So good.
He does not resist your grapple, and
belly flop on top.
All right, you've got him in the water.
I mean, what did he expect was going to happen?
Joego no like Yavo's guys. Joego drowned you.
It's just like. Sorry, I need a second. It's just like, why can't you punch me to death like a normal person? All right, Jardon, there are several tasty treats in the water here with you.
Okay. Well, he's being grappled then. Because I thought it would be really neat if he, Joego, like, chucked into Jardon. Jardon comes jumping out of the water and bites him and comes back underneath. Right. But he's belly flopping on him. But he'll come over and bite it. The guy, I guess he's grappled, so I've got advantage on attacks against him. So that's handy. A look grows wide in his eyes of a fun opportunity. And 17.
I believe 17 is going to be a miss. Yeah, he still has your beak scrapes off of his metal armor that he's drowning in.
Then I will move underneath Joego so he can stand on me if he wants to get some height out of the water.
All right. Sweet. Let's see. Back here.
So I got a goblin to stand on, or an orc, or whatever he is.
Another looks to be like a hobgoblin. Slinks up out of this side tunnel.
Okay.
And he's got a short sword drawn, and is stalking towards you. Let's see, where are we at here? Oops, my bad. You guys didn't see that, so I shouldn't have said anything. First attack, gonna be a hit on Robin.
Where's all the twos, huh?
Oh man. not for the relatively squishy. I was gonna say something, but I shouldn't play your character for you. Oh, that's a miss. Sorry about that. Yes. So another thug comes out of this side tunnel, out of the side hatch, and engages Robin in combat. It's like, I'm fresh. He's not been dumped in the water. He's not been hurt.
Okay.
Ruffians here in the. Let's see. The ruffian's sort of treading water now, and is going to attempt to, for a second time, try to climb back out of this thing. That's a swim check. Does not pass his check to get up out of the water, so he's still in the water. Let's see. There. All right, so this guy's grappled. He has it's a great sword, which is not very conducive to fighting in a grapple. I think he's going to attempt to break the grapple. Perhaps foolish endeavor. I don't know. 23. What you got, Joego?
Oh,
23. So per the earlier ruling, he is equal to or greater. I may be doing this completely wrong, but that's how we're going to do it right now. But he is still in the water, in plate armor, and you are standing on top of a giant turtle.
So what happened was Joego is drown the gobbo, and he wriggles out from underneath him while I wasn't really paying attention.
Here we go.
so fucking good, Dave.
Oh my god. So he fails his swim check and is floundering in the water, lets go of his great sword. He's just like trying to not drown. Robin, turn 5.
Turn 5. I'm a bit of a gambler, so I'm going to try the same trick again. So I'm going to need a DC 10 deck save from old Thug 3 there.
Right. That's... No, sir. He gets a face full of sand.
So he gets a face full of sand, so he is blinded, meaning I get advantage on my attacks, and he gets disadvantage on his.
Correct.
So
I believe that's going to last for what do we say?
Till my next turn.
Gotcha.
Right. So I'm going to, and why didn't that roll with advantage?
I don't know.
So I'm just going to roll it again. So the first one was an 18, 24 to hit. And the next one was a 1. So I hit him.
Yes.
And there's 19 damage.
Oof.
And since he is blinded, I am going to basically take a 5-foot step to jump across the sewer there. And 10, 15, 20, 25.
Sort of like...
And I'm going to run over there. So I don't know if he gets an attack of opportunity since he's blinded, but if he does, it's a disadvantage.
You have to be able to see to take your attack of opportunity. So he's like trying to rub the sand out of his eyes and is sort of like trying to flail wildly around just to keep you at bay. Doesn't quite realize that you've
and
left
I'm just
him.
gone.
You ghost him. All right.
And that's the end of my turn.
All right, let's see if this guy who is afraid is no longer afraid. Nope. It's DC 14.
15.
Yeah. 15. Yeah. I mean, he's I don't know where he is.
From down the tunnel.
I'm
Somewhere down there.
You're like, you
don't
see
even-
two people running. I fear them, and that guy, he's gone. He's just forever and ever.
He was my special guy too. He was the stalker, not thug number 3. So there's a.
He had a
yeah,
moniker. Damn it!
I know, right? You don't even hear the screaming from him anymore. That's how far gone he is. But it is Oliver's turn.
Okay, so Oliver is this ruffian over here on the left side is he climbing out?
He's attempting to use like his dagger to climb out of the cistern pool.
I'm gonna send Gerard, my butler, over to just stand creepily in front of him with the mask and tube, and I'm gonna fire over 2 arrows at the guy that Robin blinded.
Okay.
So fire arrow 1, 23.
Nice.
Well, remember he's blinded, so you have advantage to hit.
Okay, for 6 damage.
Okay.
And then
Cody, did you roll with advantage?
I didn't. Does 18 get there? I will. Hold on, wait.
Will get there.
I'll roll it one more time here, just so you can see what it is. 11. And then I'm gonna fire that over there, and if that gets there, then I'm gonna fire another arrow into him for 11 more points of damage.
Oliver drops another one.
I didn't think the sewers could smell worse.
Oliver drops the second thug that's run out of that tunnel. And he sort of like slinks down and slumps down the floor, clutching the arrow that's sticking out of his torso.
How's Robin looking?
Let's see. How's Robin looking?
I've been a lot better.
I was kind of roughed up. Let's see. Everybody's actually Oliver's the only one that hasn't taken any damage.
Because I ran away.
Yes.
And then
discretion is the better part of Valor Bard.
Hey.
I want to use a bonus action to healing word. My boy Robin.
All right.
It'll be fine, old chap. And then that did not work at all. But maybe that did. For one point of healing.
Sweet.
I think I might survive now.
A little bit helps. Every little bit helps.
It's Doc, Robin, okay? Just give me a break.
All right, so what do we have here? The battle has gone poorly for Yavo's thugs. Many of them are bleeding out on the sewer. Surely their wounds are infected. There are several of them, I believe, that are floating in the cistern pool or weighed down by their gear, sinking slowly to the bottom. And there is a half-orc in heavy armor who is flailing wildly as it tries not to drown. Our heroes appear to have the upper hand, but footpad number 3, back here at the back, is like, screw this. And disappears into the darkness. Joego, what you got for me?
All right. Joego learned to sing from Oliver. Drown, drown the gobbo, drown, drown the gobbo. And I don't even attack him. I just shove him back under the water.
Oh my
God.
God.
Let's see. So shove attack is just a regular attack that shoves as a yes. Actually. Okay. So I'm going to rule that the next. Well, he already has disadvantage on his swim checks. He's not doing well. He seems to be trying. You can hear him gurgling as he drowns. Anything else you do, Joego?
I will use my next action to grab him and pull him out and just hold him up. You done yet?
He's like, he just like pathetic is spitting out sewer water. Is just like, I yield.
Joego win, Gobbo lose.
Get me out of here. Yeah, he seems pathetic and is utterly demoralized. And he's gonna like,
You no take kids anymore.
Let's see. He's like, whatever you want, just get me out of here. All right, Jardon.
How's this other hobgoblin looking? He's just trying to climb his way out.
He's trying to climb his way out. He's fairly wounded, but still has a lot of fight left in him.
Okay, I'm gonna swim over to him, and as he's pulling himself out of the water, he'll duck underneath the sewage for just a second. The guy looks back maybe, and then he'll just erupt and bite him on the back and pull him underneath. Well, attempt to anyway.
Okay.
As always. Shunk.
Well, 19. I do believe that's going to be enough. Yes, 19 is enough to hit.
Okay. He'll take 11. We'll be grappled, and I'll use the rest of my swim speed to carry him back to Joego with a puppy dog look in his big turtle eyes. Here's another one for you to play with.
All right. It's in his jaws. Yeah, this at this point the ruffian hobgoblin in Jardon's mouth is yielding for mercy as well. Please don't drown me. Please don't snap me in half.
So with that, can we say we're kind of out of combat now?
I would say so. You've got two enemies here that are, that are in a real pickle. They are not in any position to fight back. You don't know where the rest of everybody else went.
Okay, I will head over to the wall and try and get them out and come out of my rage and put my spectacles back on. Right. And that Joego say no more come over into Jogo's home and take kids. Leave kids out of the gangs. Gangs are bad. You should not be in the gang. Gangs get people hurt. It's bad.
They're like, yeah. It is bad.
It's like there's so much information for them to take in at this moment.
Both of them are waterlogged. The hobgoblin has suffered several wounds and is not doing too well. Let's see.
Well, Jardon will shift back.
Okay.
Into his form, and he'll reach into his pouch of many things and pull out 2 more of his well-cultured berries and hand them to each of these 2.
Gang's not good, but eat, feel better. Tell us where missing student is, yes?
They both just blowing their noses and looking thoroughly demoralized and defeated, point down this middle tunnel here. Where's my pointer at? No, that's not what I'm looking for. This is sort of the tunnel where the armored half-orc had come out of, and it's just like he's down there. And then the half-orc is just like, I have the key in my belt.
I'm going to try to just listen to them talk and just soak in their sounds.
Okay.
And this is for my actor feat to try to mimic them later potentially. So okay. I'm going to really really listen. I want to get both of their names as well. So I'm just listening for that, not to like role play that.
Gotcha.
I will snatch up the key. Here, Robin, you take key. You good with this stuff?
Okay. Then in that case, I will move over here after we have that.
Gotcha.
And I will take the key from Joego.
Okay. Kind of see more of what's going on over here. Take the key from Joego. All right. So these two criminals' names. The hobgoblin is named Criz, Crizz. And the half-orc's name is Gragnaz, Gragnaas. And now that the rage has lifted from Joego, you recognize both of them. They're like just low-level sort of thugs. They spend most of their time hanging out in taverns and roughing up people that can't really do much about it. Not any of Yabo's real heavy hitters.
Me know you guys.
Yeah, we know you too, Joego.
I'm going to lean down to the hobgoblin and whisper to him in Goblin that if you live tonight, I don't want to ever see you in this town again.
He's just kind of like, he's just like looks at you. He's got his all wounded and an arrow sticking out of him. It's like broken. He's just like, it's like this is my home, but you won't get any trouble from me anymore.
It's good. It's real good. By the way,
yeah. So what's everybody doing right now? What are they? It looks like we've got Oliver is back there, just sort of taking this all in, listening. Joego and Robin are sort of questioning or intimidating the two prisoners that you have, and Jardon looks like you're healing.
Yeah, he's walking behind the others and looking at wounds, and he pokes it for a second, spits in his hand, smears something on it, makes it feel better.
You should ask about other missing people. Yes. Just ask others. Yes. Not just apprentice. Others missing too. Yes.
I'm going to ask the, now that I think I've scared the hobgoblin a little bit, I'm going to ask him, what do you know about other missing people? Or maybe what's going on with these mages being killed around?
They kind of like look at you. Oh, I accidentally deleted their tokens. That's right. They just kind of like look at you and are like, we don't know anything about any missing mages. I mean, we heard that some of them gone missing and turned up, roughed up, and killed, but that's not us, man. That's not us.
You see, the problem is that now would not be a good time to leave things out, withhold information. I'm sure you understand, right?
Yeah. Gragnaz is like, the guy you're looking for he's back there. We didn't touch him. They told us not to mess with him. He was to be unharmed, just to hold him for a few days.
They?
Who's they?
It's like Yavo and his warlock.
Warrock. Me had enough of Yavo and Warrocks.
Not warlocks, I heard. Joego, warlock. Not bad magic, man. Hmm?
Oh, Joego don't like bad magic.
Put glasses on. You remember.
Jim, I'd like to collect any remaining arrows. So by my count, I fired off 8. Can I recover any of those 8?
Yes.
Because I'm down to 12.
Gotcha. Yes, you can recover those, and yes, Jardon has mending, so any of them that are broken can be fixed. I don't believe any of the ones that you shot sank to the bottom of the.
God, I hope not, because then that's the end of them.
Yeah.
Should Jardon, while they're talking to the others, he wants to jump back into in his regular lizard folk form, kind of wade into the sewage and start pulling the bodies that are floating there over to,
It is unhealthy marring. Yes.
Yeah, some of them are actually dead. Some of them are sort of slowly bleeding out. Not quite.
He'll gooberry them, pull them all out over to the other side, and start administering the dingleberries to them.
Okay. Those that are still alive are grateful that you help them recover and are compliant. They're not going to go anywhere. Thoroughly beaten.
So
I think it was the thug and one of the footpads who were not quite dead.
So Jim, the hobgoblin is Chris. Who's Gragnaz?
The half orc that was in the full plate. Yes.
And they said their names, right? I'm assuming we heard them say their names.
Correct. Yes.
So tell me, Gragnaz, tell me about this warlock of Yavo. Does this warlock have a name?
He kind of looks nervously around, like it's sort of afraid to say the name. And he sort of leans in close to you and he's like, Warlock's name, Hostilian.
Hostilian. Great name. Tell me about Hostilian. Does he know you?
Yes. Yes. He takes my face sometimes.
He takes
Looks
your
like me.
face.
Yes.
Interesting.
He thinks it's funny to look like me.
Yeah, well, no one would dare think that that's funny, so obviously he's playing a cruel joke on you. Not as bad as Mother Nature did, of course, but, still.
Sick burn.
And this Hostilian, does he stay near Yavo?
He keeps... give me an insight roll real quick.
Yeah, no problem.
While you're sort of interrogating him up close like this.
Insight. Thank God it's a wisdom check.
Yeah.
Oh, 18.
Not bad. I mean, he keeps looking back towards the tunnel that Chris had mentioned, where Curio was being located, and just like yes to the short rest. Let me go ahead and get that for you.
Party is taking a short rest.
And there is he's just looking around the room nervously. You can tell that he's kind of like checking the corridor. He seems rather nervous and anxious about talking about Hostilian.
And I'm picking up on this, is what you're saying?
You're picking up on this, yeah.
Oh, no need to worry about anyone overhearing us. There are more pressing matters for you, and I kind of point over to Joego. Kind of look that way.
He's like, no trouble.
And then at this point, I'll look back to the rest of the group, to Robin, to Jardon, and kind of give them the, the infamous Oliver eyebrows. Like, what else do you guys need from this guy?
Jardon have quick question.
He'll swim on back over. He looks really bashful for a moment.
You, how you like new batch, new fruit?
Are you asking that the half-orc and the hobgoblin, or the party?
The half-orc and the hobgoblin who've just tried his
thing. They're sort of like choking it down. It's pungent.
Good.
The half-orc's just kind of like juicy.
Need any flavor, spice? Working on new recipe.
Spices would help.
Jardon make best good berries. So good. And I rub my belly.
They both seem at this point like they don't know if you guys are about to just like cut their throats in the middle of the sewer, or just leave them down here or something. So they both seem like thoroughly.
Let's just say that we haven't made that decision yet.
Right.
Robin will go ahead and pull out his rope to start tying them up.
Okay. But they seem to be, genuinely terrified of what's going to happen to them. And also, like, yeah, we love eating these good berries.
Jardon is extremely happy at hearing this, and we'll go back into the water where they see the bag of good berries drifting through the sewage as he goes to tend to more injured goblins.
Marinating.
Yeah, perfect word.
So Robin is tying up the hobgoblin and half-orc. Oliver are you done questioning them?
I had one more for him. Robin, did you have anything else?
No. I mean...
What about Joego? What's Joego up to?
Jogo's just kind of looking around, kind of bored. He's kind of had enough of this. These guys they're done with in his mind. So we go down hall now and get Curio.
Yes, Joego, absolutely. Just one more question. And then, Jim, do I have enough, have I heard them talk enough that I think I could mimic them?
Yeah, it's like...
With my feet?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does this Hostilian have any markings, any flair about his outfit that might separate him? Or does he dress as dreadful as you do?
He, you can see Gragnas, who you know, had been talking to you about Hostilian, and he's like, you can tell the gears are turning. He's thinking hard. No, he usually looks like one of us. I don't think I've never actually seen what he looks like.
Splendid. Well, I'm done here.
All right, everybody else. Robin's tying them up.
Yeah, I'm gonna tie him up. Are there any is there piping or anything to tie the rope off on, right next to right where we are here?
Gotcha.
So I basically want to tie them up and then tie the rope to that and just be push them into the sewer. So they're tied up, and if they struggle, it could pull loose and then they just drown. But just to keep them from running away or.
The closest thing to what you're thinking of, maybe where the iron grate was sort of quickly bolted to the tunnel wall, but there's plenty of cracks and holes where you could stick a spike or something like that in.
I quickly pull out a pipe and hammer and tap into the wall there to tie off on the rope.
All right. Stop. Then they stop moving. We're not moving.
As he's doing this, I just casually walk past him. Shh. I kind of give him the wink, and then I'll go join Joego.
Keep quiet. So we still got the map up. You guys are going down the tunnel here.
This is danger, yes. What do you know of warlocks? Not much, Jardon, not much. Joego with glasses, what do you know?
Me never heard of that before.
They probably sold their soul.
True. Some of the stories are just wretched, really.
Salt their soul? Everything better with salt. Joego like.
All right. So, I guess, in the city, warlocks have a reputation as for underhandedness. You know, good, upstanding citizens are either born knowing how to work magic or learn it the hard way. And warlocks just try to cheat, get the easy path. So, I don't think that any of you would have any reason to not have a poor opinion about a warlock. Let's see. So as you guys make your way down the tunnel, it's just kind of replace you guys wherever you're going to be. I don't know. If you want to be somewhere different, feel free to move your token.
Should we go quiet again or not use magics?
No, I'm going to be sneaking.
All right. Yeah, anybody who wants to can give me some stealth rolls.
And let's do the last pass without trace I can do.
Boom, boom.
There's 2 20s, huh?
Wow, son. 20 and 20.
So 39, 36.
So we slide into the inky blackness.
28.
Wait a minute. We gotta stealth Robin.
So you guys, you guys glide along the tunnel silently, particularly Oliver and Robin over here with the 39 and the 36. But then we still got a 28, a 29. So you guys ghost your way through the sewers. And you see this sort of this is where you can see the firelight coming from. This is where it was very faintly shining. It looks like there are 2 little side tunnels here that you can see. And this tunnel that you're on right now, even though the map ends here, does extend probably about another, well beyond the range of your vision. It looks like it continues.
Jardon, sneaky. Everyone, very good. Yes.
And Jim, I'm going to have my crossbow at the ready also.
All right. Where did Jardon go?
He's so stealthy, he's fucking gone.
All right. Which one of these tunnels are you going down, or are you going to continue down the main one?
I think we should check out that to the left. to the
I'm
west.
I'm gonna follow my friend's lead here.
Okay. Flickering torchlight reveals ahead of you a sort of a room. You can see the shadows of furniture or something in there, and you can hear. At this point, you can hear muffled cries coming from somewhere up above. All right. So there are a couple of tables here. One of them laden down with victuals. Gotcha. Where is Gerard?
Gerard's gonna follow behind Joego because I need light at this point. I'm assuming, right?
Correct.
Okay. Yeah, he's got his tube light.
Okay. That's what, 60 feet of.
He's got to be within 30 feet of me.
Going to be within 30 feet of you. Gotcha. So this is what you guys see. You can hear the muffled cries coming from a door on the sort of northern. I don't know if you can make out what it actually is over here. A door over here on the other. Otherwise, there looks like somebody was eating something. Some weapons on this other table, and a couple of torches flicker along the walls.
Wait a minute. Is there actually food on the tables?
There's actually food. It's actual real food.
Oh shit!
I
Wait,
Joego scoops up food.
Wait.
Oh shit!
Wait, please. Wait, please.
What, Jardon? Joego hungry. Food.
I have new flavoring. Wish to try. Then you sample, yes?
Oh, okay.
Oh boy.
All right.
And he will pull out from his bag a little pouch of some little grainy looking thing. And he'll cast Purify Food and Drink while scattering the little bits over it.
While scatting on it?
Scatting on it, yes.
Not everything in sewers as delicious as my part of sewers. Not this part of sewers. Maybe not good food. Now good.
Oh, Jardon's so smart. Joego should always listen to Jardon.
So this room, now that you guys are kind of in it, is not nearly as gross as the rest of the sewers. The floors here, they're sort of like covered in reeds, and it looks like, obviously there's well-used table and chairs and sort of food set up. This doesn't remind you of an abandoned sewer tunnel. It seems more like a somebody's hideout. So Jardon and Joego are eating. Who all's eating the food? No,
I'm not.
Robin, not all.
Robin is going to be pulling the key out and going over to the door.
Okay. Jogo's eating the food.
Joego eat food, yeah.
All right, it's pretty good. I mean, it's like sausages and hot rolls.
You should try it, Oliver. Really good. Robin, I think you like the sausage. So
Yes.
good.
Very nice. You should try. Almost as good as Joego and Jardon's food.
Almost.
Absolutely. And I'll take a little piece, and like right before I go to eat it, I like hand it over to Gerard, and he tucks it behind the cloak.
And unfortunately, I ate before we came down, guys. So maybe next time, though.
You have exerted much energy in the efforts of stab. Kick. You should recover your strength.
Jardon, that is good advice, and I'm going to take it under advisement.
Yeah, Robin, it's a great bit of advice. You should rest up a bit. Indulge for a moment. I'm sure Curio will be fine.
I'm going to open the door. Is there crying coming from beyond the door?
Yeah, like as soon as you guys started like talking and casting spells, there was there was a thump against the door and like a. All right.
I'm gonna shush him and be like, you know what, Jardon, you're right, and I'm gonna take the food from him, and then open the door.
Okay.
And just be like, Curio, it's Robin.
So opening the door, Curio comes, or a human sort of like falls out of this this clearly sort of makeshift closet that they have in here, bound at the ankles, knees, and his sort of arms pinned to his side, and a heavy, like, bag over his head. He just falls flat on the floor.
Interesting. I know Curio pretty well, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna take the bag off of his head. Does it sound like he's gagged?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna take the bag off of his head. And just be like, it's okay. Just be calm, Curio. We're gonna get you out of here. But as I'm doing that, can I just do like an investigate check? Just because we were just told that a warlock likes to take people's forms, and I've heard about these guys, and they're sneaky, and I don't like it. And it just seems a little bit too obvious that they gave us a key. I don't know. Something smells about here, and it ain't Jardon, it ain't Joego, and it ain't the sewer.
All right. Make that investigate roll. Tell me.
I'm gonna do an investigate.
So while he's doing that,
legit.
Joego goes over and scoops him up like he's a small child.
Yeah.
Oh, don't worry, Curio. Joego got you. We take you back to Zalakai. He'd be so happy.
Yeah, Curio, as soon as you pull the bag off Curio's head, you see a wave of relief and just like, oh, thank God. That kind of comes over him. Robin, you give him a once over. You're not quite exactly sure what you're looking for, but it seems legit.
Yeah.
He's acting normal. And
yeah, I'm just making sure he's not hurt.
Gotcha. Yeah. He is gagged, and it looks like some kind of like heavy, looks almost like he's got a bag over his head, and then like a heavy scarf has been wrapped around, covering up his ears, his mouth, that kind of thing.
Let Joego take that off for you, then you can have something to eat. You're probably hungry. You've been down there a long time.
Can I ready an action while he does that?
Sure.
I would like to ready silence.
Okay.
And if I hear spell, sounds, words, anything like that, because I'm kind of getting the same vibe that Robin's getting here. That was like really, really easy.
Okay.
Jardon would like to examine him for any wounds or anything, or any rips and tears, and patch him up a little bit.
Yeah, he doesn't have he's got some bruises on him. And once you get the gag off of him and you start untying him, he's like, he'll take something to eat. But he's like, they fed me, so I'm not that hungry. And he doesn't seem, he doesn't have any, like I said, any obvious injuries or anything like that. Just some scratches and bruised and that kind of thing.
Why Yabo's guys take Curio?
He sort of like rubs his wrists and stretches his muscles, and he goes, they didn't talk a lot around me. I got the impression that they were just holding on to me just for a little bit. But I don't know. He seems really, shaken up by the whole thing.
Yes.
I look back and forth from side to side, and I kind of whisper, Did you see the goat?
See the ghost? He kind of like looks at Joego quizzically for a second before sort of like, oh no, I never made it. I never made it to find the ghost. No, they caught me in an alley, just roughed me up a bit, put the hood on my head. It's hard to remember exactly what happened after that. I think I've been here maybe a couple of days. The longer he talks, the more he starts kind of like eyeing the food and takes like a drink from the table. And he sits down, just rubbing his wrists, rubbing his legs. And he just kind of like looks at you and says, Did Zalakai send you after me?
Yes, he did. He's quite worried for you, actually.
Oh, well, that's good.
What did he send you after?
I was supposed to go and find the old home that got burned down of a scholar,
Yes, with the ghost.
Yeah, make contact with her and then bring back something that we could summon her back at Zelakai's. Like I said, I never made it there, but it was an odd request. He told me that she was an old acquaintance of his, but I recognize the name, and I don't remember Zelakai having any dealings with her.
It better this way. Yabo's guys, bad, but ghosts are scary.
Yes.
Yeah.
You'll see.
That's an agreement.
We heard not nice person working with Yabo. Lock of war.
He kind of like looks and says, I don't. There might have been a warlock here. Someone was leading them, but it was hard to hear and I couldn't see much. But I do think that there was a warlock at some point or something. It was hard to say. I'm sorry I can't be of more help.
Just as what we as players don't know, but what our characters recognize him being unusual in his behavior. Insight.
Yeah, an insight roll to just kind of get to gauge now that he's all free and everything. 17. Anybody else going to make an insight roll to?
Not Joego. Seems on board to him.
12. Yeah, both to Jardon and to Robin. I mean, Jardon, you can tell that he's, that he's acting normally. He's acting like the normal Curio that you know. But he's clearly shaken up by the whole encounter. Not quite sure what to think, and something about the initial errand that he went on, or that Zelakai sent him on, seemed to bother him.
Jardon was he given? We weren't given his amulet. We just had the description of it. Okay. He's going to pull out from his robe of many things. Does he know anything about Curio? He'll give him something that maybe he heard he liked, or something kind of like it, though
Okay.
a tarnished, slightly dirty version of it.
He takes it. Thank you, Jardon. I appreciate the gesture.
Should we go now in case Warlock and others come back?
Or ghost. Don't forget the ghost.
Yes,
Joego.
we know you're going to take off running, as much as we'd hate to miss that.
Joego is very fast.
I bet he is, Jardon. I bet he is.
So there's you got Curio. Anything else you guys are doing in here? What's Robin been up to this whole time?
Yeah, Robin is just not trusting anyone like he's his usual self. I mean, he's he trusts these three men in the room, and that's about it.
You've shed blood with them.
Yeah, I've shed blood with them, so I know who they are.
Yeah.
But he's gonna actually, while they're talking, kind of make a circuit of the room, kind of go look at these other tunnels, listen down them, just if he hears anything.
Okay. Down this. Let's see. Down this, what's a kind of neat pointer? Down this corridor right here, you can see that it extends maybe 20 more feet there before you can see a spiral staircase leading up. Doesn't look like it's a part of the tunnel. It looks like it was built otherwise. It's like stone tunnel, but a wooden spiral staircase leading up. And then that's what you can see there. You make, and then you go around the rest of the room. Like I said, it looks like a well-lived-in room. It's clean-ish. Doesn't smell too bad. That's about all you can see from just a casual survey of the place.
Okay. I'll let everybody know there's some stairs over here. Might be able to get out through those.
Do you think that they lead all the way up?
Could Jardon use his survival / city secrets ability to kind of gauge where they're at in the sewers and what's above them?
Yeah. You know, a lot of these, you know, when you guys went down into the sewers, there were sort of like these apartment buildings, tenement housing, that you were sort of in between two of them. You know that these places all have some kind of cellar or basement, and many of them have connections to the Undercity. More than likely, knowing what Jardon knows, the whatever building is above this is probably also either controlled by Yavo or at the very least part of his turf.
We'll convey such information.
Go back where we've come. Take Curio. Make safe most important, yes? Leave
Good
Yabo for later?
Good idea.
Okay. So you guys gonna go back the way you came?
I think so.
Okay.
Robin, would you like to do the honors of scouting ahead?
Yeah, I'll go ahead and scout ahead. Sure.
Sure.
So we're going back the way we came.
Going back the way we came, which I don't have a map for. So
Yeah. Well, I will be stealthing and perceiving as best to my abilities.
Gotcha. So we say goodbye to the map. This is my first map that I made with Dungeon Painter Studio. I feel like my later maps are much better now that I got the hang of the program. But don't have a map for the rest of the sewers. At one point I did, and then I realized it was, quite frankly, it was a gigantic map. a little too much for what we got, what we needed. So I'm going to close this out. Robin leads the way back through the sewers towards my mind just went blank for a second. Back towards the original cistern that you guys had dropped down into. You know, you can still see the light of day coming through through sort of the circular grate. Like I said, that's about 15 feet above you. I think that's how deep it was last time.
And we were able to climb. We were able to have Oliver ride Jardon right up and down this thing.
Yes.
It's not like a drop. It's like it goes all the way. The wall goes all the way down to the floor, so he can climb up it.
Correct. Yeah.
I will lizard transport once again if you desire.
As he begins to transform. All right, Curio. Now for the fun bit. I kind of point over to Jardon.
I give you a ride, yes. Up, out. Hold tight.
By the way, what do we want to do with the two guys we left alive?
I mean, they had not moved really at all when you guys walked past them after freeing Curio.
Like, if are we like walk past them? You're saying on the way back?
Yeah, you guys pretty much. I mean, you don't have to walk right past them. There's a second sort of way out of there that they were.
I think Joego's speech is good. They will not be in gang anymore.
He's probably true.
They'd be good now, I think.
Okay.
Joego can be very personable.
They try not to meet your gaze as you walk by them on the way out. They're like, yep, just sitting here, totally fine, acting normal, not trying to escape.
Okay. Well, I'll as we go by, I'll just since they're tied up, I'm just gonna like toss an arrow about 20 feet away from them, and just be like, you need to get out of town tonight.
Okay.
Jardon would like to run over to the arrow that was tossed and hold it.
You lose this.
No. I was leaving that so they could cut their way out if possible.
Jardon always find things that get lost. He's so good. So good. Robin, never worry about loose stuff with Jardon around. Never.
Well, I do appreciate it, though.
Do you see what I am dealing with, Curio? Do you see?
Curio looks back and is like, yeah, I he knows Jardon and Joego and the antics that they get up to when they when they get the sauce in them, or they.
By the gods, I say you're lucky to have all 10 fingers remaining after this journey.
He is. He's like, yeah. Curio's like, I am. He says it was really bizarre. I thought I was dead, or that they were going to keep me and do something horrible to me.
Maybe Yabo don't like Ghost either.
He like looks at Joego. It's like, maybe not. I don't know. There's something about it that doesn't sit right with me. I feel like it was. I don't know, why would they just kidnap me and just to keep me somewhere? And he seems flustered by the whole thing.
I get real close to Curio and put my big hands on either side of his face very gently. It's okay, Curio. Yabo, bad guy. You okay now?
Thank you, Joego. He kind of like puts his hand on your giant forearms. It's like, thank you. And he's just genuinely appreciative of everybody. Sort of like looks at you, particularly once you guys get out of the sewers, especially. Sort of like dusting himself off and cleaning himself up. And he's like, I really do appreciate it. I thought I was dead, and I'm glad that you. I'm glad that you were able to find me so quickly.
Jardon, finder of things.
Yes, Jardon, finder of things.
Certainly did live up to his name in this evening.
Mm-hmm. So what are you guys' thoughts? You guys are out of the sewers. You're back between the two tenement housing. What's the plan? Any thoughts? What's y'all's next move?
It is confusing, yes? Why? Curious questions, good. Why he taken? Stop to see ghost? Stop to Yabo? What think you?
You want us to go ask Yabo?
Maybe take back to Zalakai, maybe? More luck.
Oh,
Yeah,
good.
maybe he does.
Good idea.
Mystery.
I think we are all agreed. Let's return young Curio. He's had a troubling ordeal.
You think Zalkai have more Danishes?
Well, I'm sure he could conjure some, so there's always that.
Maybe we could catch a squirrel on the way.
Make a squirrel pie. Roasted squirrel. So you guys make your way back south through the city, past the alleyways and narrow streets of the sort of the north end of the neighborhood, and then as slowly as you're making your way south, you cross the Street of Spells itself. The peddlers and hedge wizards and little fortune tellers again, sort of trying to get your business, trying to catch your attention. Although, at the same time, you guys do present sort of a formidable party, so only the most desperate approach you at this point. Anything you guys do? You making a straight beeline back there, or what?
Yeah, I would say we probably would, and whether Jardon or Joego uses our abilities to move quickly through the city and usher them to Zalakai as fast as possible.
Yeah, I'd like to get some answers from Zalakai, just kind of see what's going on here, why Curio was sent over.
Gotcha. So making your way to my other map. Hopefully you guys can see that. You make your way through the streets, passing the Street of Spells, and then continuing south past the Briar Patch House onto Zelakai's Manse. Now, Zelakai's Manse is, like I said, a sort of a ziggurat that sits in the middle of a garden grown wild. You climb the steps to it, and enter in. And as you're climbing the steps, you notice that the front door is slightly ajar.
Did someone leave door open when we left?
No, they didn't. No,
No, Joego, this is
maybe
much worse.
Curio was just the bait to draw us away.
Curio's like, yeah, that's not. That shouldn't be. They, spouts off something about how they're supposed to shut by themselves, wouldn't be left open. And he starts to like run up the steps to
Wait.
try to open the door.
I'll call out to have him stop.
Okay, he stops right there, about 5 feet from the door. Looks back at Robin.
And Robin's going to pull out his hand crossbow and go up to the side of the door.
Okay.
I'm just kind of like peer in very.
I tap Robin.
Yeah.
And I give him the kind of like sign. We've worked together, so at this point, I'm offering to cast invisibility on you.
Well, I mean, I didn't get you anything. But yes, I will take that.
I'll go in immediately and as quietly as I can and just try to cast invisibility on him.
Okay.
2 whistles.
Curio, wait with us. They will see. They will make sure it is safe. You don't want anything bad happening, do you? Joego, keep you safe.
He's looking at he looks at Jardon and Joego and nods. This, his sort of rash moment of rushing out without any caution or common sense sort of passes, and he's like, all right, everything's going to be okay. Everything's going to be fine. I'll hang back. And he sort of like gestures towards the door and gets out of y'all's way. So we've got here Robin, you got your visible as well as stealthing, yes?
Yep.
All right.
And didn't roll that well, but oh well.
Right. So you approach the front door. It is a gap, sort of like a foot or so. You're able to see into the room beyond, which you know to be a small sort of entrance hallway with kind of like paintings on the walls and a nice little rug, a place to hang your cloak if you need to. And then it opens up into this large circular sitting area, which is actually where y'all met with them not that long ago.
I assume we're entering from the south, yes?
Correct.
Okay. I'm going to just kind of sneak in there, hand crossbow at the ready.
Okay. It's pretty quiet in here. You don't hear anything. It's this sort of central room. Above it is a large skylight, which is letting in the afternoon. Excuse me. Which is in a. So the skylight sort of allowing in large rays of sun illuminating the room. You can see beyond it is a dining hall with another set table. Pies and stews and all sorts. It looks like a hearty lunch was being prepared here. But so far, Robin, you don't hear anything, and you don't see anything, except that this door over here to the east, which leads to the study, is in splinters.
In splinters.
Yeah.
I will move up and look in the door.
Okay. What is everyone else doing while Robin is scouting ahead?
I have wrapped one of my large arms around Curio and kind of patting him on the chest and reassuring him of the okay. It's okay, Curio. We watch you. It's okay. We find Zarkai.
I'm a little nervous and at the ready. Like I have my bow kind of out and I'm kind of checking out the street to see if anybody's like looking at us entering into the house.
You can see across the street there are a group of 3 children, like some of the ones that were initially with you as Joego was passing out those pastries earlier today. And they are getting in kind of a shoving match with a group of gutter fairies. They're fighting over something or other. That's about the only thing that you of note that you can see out here. It looks like everybody else, the pedestrians on the street, are just minding their own business. It's not that crowded. By now, most everybody's gone to their places of business, and it's less. Streets are a little less crowded than they were when you first left.
Jardon will be also doing kind of looking around, but he's going to kind of flutter his eyes and they glow slightly blue, and he'll be detecting magic just to see if there's any trace of anything around.
So one of the things that Jardon would notice is that there is not the usual glyphs of warding that are on Zelikai's door. Usually it's warded with several protective magics. They're gone. Other than that, there's the magical auras that you're used to seeing whenever you come in here all seem normal. There are a couple of magic auras coming from the large circular room. You know them to be, residual effects of the curiosities and things that are in here.
Joego will usher Curio over towards the children and gutter fairies. Come, Curio. We must shoo away the fairies. Sometimes they bite. We cannot have them bite the children.
Okay. So Joego and Curio are going to go over and deal with the gutter fairies and the children. Are Oliver and Jardon, have y'all gone inside the manse, or you're still kind of like?
I'm waiting for a signal from Robin, and so okay. I'm just hanging out with Jardon, and just kind of looking out for an ambush from behind and listening for Robin.
Not good, Oliver. Not good.
So
Morpho magic's broke.
Robin.
What do you mean? The magic seals?
Yeah, so we'll talk about that a little bit.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Back to Robin.
Robin gets up to the door that's been smashed to splinters, and you can see inside Zelikai's study is thoroughly ransacked. At least 3 of the bookcases have been emptied of contents. They're lying all over the floor, and there is a large bloody streak that runs from this. I don't know if you can see that line. Runs from this bookcase to a pile of books and sort of something crumpled up in the rumpled, sort of disheveled rug that's on the floor. A great big bloody streak.
Okay, I'm gonna let out a quick and go into the room.
Okay.
Tap Jard.
So you guys
in a stealthy manner.
We're going to let that 16 ride. And so you guys hear Robin's signal.
Yeah, tap Jardon, look over at Joego and whistle at him.
All right. So Joego, you hear the signal. You're making your way towards the children and their and the gutter fairies.
I'll go in behind Jardon.
All right.
Oh wait, I'm stealthing.
I'm a little torn, so I quick run over to the gutter fairies and give them a gentle kick, and then away from the children, and then turn tail to head back towards my companions.
They see you coming, and they they know you with your reputation. So some of them like flitter and fly off. There's like a chimney gnome, like about a foot tall, little dirty pointed hat that he's got on. And he kind of like gives the kids some grief before sulking away. Jogo's not going to be around the whole time to protect you, it says in an unusually deep voice for such a small creature.
Smoker's voice.
Yeah. Spends a lot of time in chimneys.
He's got the black lung.
He really does. He's born with it. So everybody heading in the mansion, or anybody staying outside?
Yeah, we'll head in.
All right. Everybody's in the mansion.
Wait, hold on, I'm behind Jardon.
Gotcha. And then, so you guys see basically the same thing. The circular room is sort of lights pouring in. There's a table set for what looks like 6 people across the way in the dining hall, and the door to Zelikai's study is smashed to splinters.
2 quick whistles, because I don't know where Robin is, because he's invisible.
Yeah, I'm gonna. When I hear them coming inside, I'll let out another whistle.
Okay. So you hear the whistle coming from the study.
Must be this way. And I'm kind of talking to Jardon.
Yep, he'll look back to make sure Curio and Joego are also coming behind.
Okay.
Not good. many bad magics. Blood now. Poor Zelachai.
Yeah. So those of you that get to the door to the study see the same thing. A large pile of something underneath the books and a carpet, and a bloody streak going from that one bookcase to the pile that's in the middle of the room.
What happened?
Well, the place looks thoroughly wrecked. The desk across the way that's on the far side of the wall has been sort of broken in half. There's the smell of burnt paper, and several of the piles of books are sort of still smoldering. There's scorch marks on the walls and the floor, yeah, it looks like somebody wrecked shop in this study.
Oliver, what do this?
I'm looking around. Is there any so I mean the door's splintered, but is there like slash marks? Does it look like a claw did it? Does it look like a blast of magical fire?
Give me an investigation roll.
Sure.
Just to see what your trained eye spots.
I'm so glad I'm a bard.
Yeah.
My massive +1.
That's all right.
14.
14. I mean, looking at it, you don't notice any claw marks, any weapon marks, anything like that. The splinter, I mean, it looks as if the whole door was just like blown away off its hinges into the room. Almost all the debris and everything is in the study itself.
Frankly, Joego, I don't have the damn slightest idea what happened. Jardon, have you seen anything that might cause the door to just shatter like this?
He'll still be detecting magic and see if he catches any lingering auras or magical residue of things.
Gotcha. So the interior of the study is sort of a kaleidoscope of fading magical energies. You can see traces of sort of elemental magic, evocation, as this sort of like residual auras quickly fade. The more permanent auras that you know to be in here are still there. Some of the books are protected, that kind of thing. You would know this is not where Zelachai would keep his magical books. This is more of his recreational study, as it were.
Dangerous. Distraction. Magic, not good. Not good.
And Jardon also notices that where this bookcase is, that is where the streak of blood sort of is coming from, this sort of northwest bookcase right here. That is where you can see a faint illusory magic coming from behind that bookcase.
He'll point his clawed finger over towards it.
Okay. So what's everybody doing? Everybody in the study? Are you investigating a particular area, hanging back?
I'm keenly watching Jardon.
Okay.
Jardon wants to read book?
No. Magic, some bookcase. Obscuring.
Yeah, Robin was going to go investigate the pile where you said the blood streak was headed to.
Right.
Whenever Jardon says that, but I'm going to go ahead and look at it.
Yeah, the closer you get to it, you can kind of see that what looks to be the crumpled form of Zelachai is lying half buried under a carpet and some still smoldering books.
Oh my God! Is the rug bloodied? Yeah.
Yeah. There's a large pool of blood.
That's a shame. That rug really tied the room together.
Really did.
So I'm gonna pull the rug back and gasp. Oh,
Yeah.
Zelachai, no.
Yeah, he's lying face up. The rug was kind of partially covering him, but he's lying face up. He is covered in deep lacerations. His face, his hands, his clothes are ripped. They come in sort of like 4 sets of 4 streaks at a time. That's what Zelachai looks like. Blood completely drained from him. He's quite clearly dead.
Okay.
Oh no, this is bad. Real bad.
Damn.
Jardon's gonna investigate, check it out, see what happened.
Guys, this isn't good.
Yeah.
How are we going to get paid now?
This looks like an animal did this. This doesn't look like weapon wounds.
I'm gonna grab Curio and take him out of the room. Curio, come talk with me for a moment. And
Okay.
I'm just gonna lead him away. I'm not actually gonna talk. I'm just gonna chit chat.
Joego will actually get down like on all fours and begin sniffing around and looking for me. Joego, look and see if he can find footprints.
Okay.
Wait. Put on glasses first. Best for seeing. For Zelakais. Some beast, some creature. Call.
Does his nature know anything about that?
Could be a bear, could be some kind of big cat. The 4 claw marks suggest it's some kind of big cat.
Jardon, Joego, look for fur. Hair.
Joego will look.
Okay. So have Joego make me a survival check. Oliver's outside with Curio. Yes, did I get that right?
Correct.
Okay.
And
Yeah,
then-
Curio's like, he's sort of he wants to know what's in there, but you can tell the look on his face is that he understands what's happened, and he just kind of like looks at Oliver. He's like, is he okay? Well, is he gonna? What happened? Is he? He just stammers out and seems dumbfounded by the whole thing.
There are going to be time for questions. Let me assure you that. But for the moment, let's just stay here and keep our eyes peeled. Yes? And I kind of point back to the door and around. Maybe put the thought in his head, like, keep him occupied.
Gotcha. He takes a seat in front of that owl bear skin rug that's in front of the fireplace there, and just kind of stares blankly into the middle distance. Those of you looking for tracks or the like.
And I was going to say, Jim, I'm going to go investigate that bookcase now that we've seen that Zelakai's dead and they're looking at him.
Okay.
Which I guess I'm still invisible, so.
Correct. So for both Joego and Jardon, give me a description of sort of what exactly you're looking for. Are you touching a lot of stuff? You're trying not to disturb things. How do you go about looking for this these tracks and traces?
Joego literally gets down on all fours like an animal and begins sniffing around and just looking for anything that seems out of place.
Gotcha.
And Jardon's going to be doing a kind of a more cursory glance, looking above, kind of surveying up and around, see where any kind of looking for more evidence of what beast may have done it.
Yeah.
While kind of whimpering very softly about Zelakai. It says nothing yet.
There is a set of boot prints that leads away from the bloody stain in the carpet, and they look like at the very edge of the carpet that someone took the time to kind of clean their boots off before leaving, and so there's not really any after getting out of the study, the tracks mostly disappear. In terms of so that's sort of what Jardon finds. Joego, you do find, particularly when sort of looking over in and around near Zelakai, traces of like what look to be orange hairs, like sort of stiff, wiry orange hairs. Coarse.
Well, first, one of the things I do is also I pull Badger out and encourage Badger to help. Badger, you help Joego look. You good at finding things. And then I start scooping up the little pieces of fur. Jardon, I find this.
So you guys are sort of investigating this hair. Robin is over there looking at the bookcase, yes?
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and investigate that.
Okay. So it looks like this bookcase was attached to the wall at a certain point and is now kind of partially hanging off of it.
Well, I mean, Jardon told me to go check it out, so I'm going to kind of mess with it and see if I can get it to move or anything.
Yeah, it Are you actually you're like physically touching it?
Yeah.
All right, give me a dex save.
Fuck.
He totally baited you into that shit. He asked you 3 times.
I know. I was writing notes. I should be paying attention.
He's like, so are you guys touching anything yet? I'm just curious.
It's going to be DC 13.
Yeah, I'm going to be fine.
There you go.
Robin definitely darts out of the way as the bookshelf falls down with a loud crash, sort of like cracking as it hits the floor and spilling the rest of its contents. And behind that bookshelf is a small room, maybe just like almost like a closet, like 5 by 5 feet, and a mouth forms on the opposite wall and begins to speak cryptically in Zelakai's voice. Friends and associates, inside this chest, which is in the closet, you will find a weapon to defeat my murderer and my confession. I regret not alerting you sooner. And then the mouth shuts up, goes quiet. Everybody that was in the room heard it. I guess, Oliver, if you're still out there with Curio, you might have heard talking.
I heard the crash. That was it.
Okay. So you all heard Zelakai's voice say that. Friends and associates, inside this chest, you will find a weapon to defeat my murderer and my confession. I regret not alerting you sooner.
Joego looks back and forth from the body to the wall and back again. How Zelakai do that?
I think with magic.
Jardon will walk over to Joego, pat him down, find his glasses, put them on his face, and then turn him towards the wall where the mouth is.
All right.
Oh, Jardon and Robin, so smart.
And yes, directly underneath this this mouth that's appeared on the wall, there is a small wooden chest, no more than 2 feet per side, that's sitting in this otherwise bare room.
How did he know? Oliver, come, Curio too.
I'm gonna go up to the chest ever so delicately and see if check to see if it's locked or anything.
It is locked.
I'll head in. I'll look over at Curio. Prepare yourself, and I'll head in to catch whatever these guys are doing.
Okay.
Okay. Robin's a bit tired of being invisible, so I'm just gonna slap myself in the face.
Okay.
That counts as an attack, right?
Sure. You're ready
to become visible.
That's one hell of a way.
Huh?
I said that's a great way to lose that spell.
And I'm gonna be like, Jardon, do you see? Is there anything else I should be wary of?
Tech magic lasts 10 minutes. Yeah. That way. Oh, thank you for putting the. Yes, concentration up to 10 minutes. So yeah, your detect magic's still going. Jardon doesn't detect any spells on the chest.
Not warded, but
well, let's see what's in this chest then. If it's locked, I'm gonna go ahead and try to pick it.
Roll that thieves' tools.
Give me my 20. It's close. 23.
23. 23. It's a tough lock, but not beyond your skill. And you hear the satisfying click as the lock gives way, and the lid floats freely on its hinges.
Okay. I will lean back and open it slowly.
Okay. There are 3 items in the chest. What looks to be a leather-bound journal, a sort of a felt sack of some kind with what appears to be something large, perhaps the size of like a goose egg or something in there, and a scroll tube.
Okay. I will bring these items out and present them to the rest of the party.
Jardon looking sad, even though he knows maybe answers are within.
the voice said he knew who would kill him and that he would die. That is strange. Why did he not stop it?
Yeah, Joego would leave if he thought someone was going to kill him.
Jim, I'm going to open the journal and start looking at it.
All right, I'm going to see if this works. Hopefully it does, because I don't want to just read a bunch of stuff to you. There is a... You guys can see that. I've made it public, this thing here. I don't know if it's...
But your narration's the best part, Jim.
I mean, I will read it to you as well, but I was hoping that I'd be able to share it with you guys.
I can see it, yeah.
Made it public? Okay. So Zelikai's journal, a leather-bound journal, only partially filled in a hastily written script. And there are several entries. It's not entirely filled out. And there's ink blots everywhere. It looks like someone wrote this, like I said, very quickly. Some years ago, the luminaries, that is the five luminaries, the five sort of patrons of this neighborhood, formed a cabal for the purposes of summoning a powerful demon. Our motivations were varied, but at the heart of it, we desired arcane power. And it's here in sort of this section that Zelikai digresses on the nature of his initial research into the demon, who Zelikai names as Pagkatama. Another entry reads, I led the summoning ritual with Isadora and Uther directly assisting me. Athol and Krotos maintained the wars that trapped the demon. And the rest of this entry is Zelikai's lengthy description of the binding itself. It's definitely unclear whether he is proud or ashamed of his own actions. The way he's writing makes it sound like he pulled off a feat of tremendous magical skill and expertise. Another entry reads, at first our cabal enjoyed great success in our endeavors, but over time Uther and Isadora grew regretful. This is the point perhaps most disturbing for some of you, in which Zelikai reveals that much of his influence in the neighborhood has been the result of power siphoned from the demon, and many details regarding Briar Patch House events that transpired that were sort of fortunate or favorable, that were actually the work of this sort of demon in the background doing Zelikai's wishes. And then one of the second to last entry reads, last winter there was a falling out amongst the cabal over an argument between Uther and myself, as he no longer desired to maintain the prison that bound Pagkatama. Here Zelikai describes how the two of them, Uther and Zelikai, got in an argument. Uther wished to banish it and insisted that Zelikai keep the demon at his mansion so that he could study it in order to learn how to send it back from where they summoned it from. Zelikai refused this and broke faith with the cabal. And it is clear from this passage that you see sort of like tear stains on the page. Final entry reads, I am unsure who the demon ended up with, as I grew ever fearful that it was toying with us. The final entries in here are sort of a mix of paranoid ramblings and a kind of plea for help. Zelikai describes his paranoia and suspicions that Pagkatama ended up in Athol's care, although he is not 100% certain where the demon ended up. His writing becomes increasingly erratic, but he mentions wanting to summon the ghost of a dead scholar and sending Curio off to retrieve a totem from the ghost. That is all that the journal contains.
So that's why he didn't want to leave and wanted us to go.
So sad. Zelikai was always so nice to me, to us.
Joego likes Zelikai. Did anyone read it aloud? Because if not, I'm just going to lean over someone's shoulder and like kind of and what did it say?
I mean, I guess since Robin was looking at it, he would have read it aloud.
Yeah.
I turn over to Curio. Did you know about this, Curio?
He's like in genuine shock. He had no idea that something like this had happened. He'd been Zelikai's apprentice for a few years, certainly during where these events transpired. And he's just kind of like slumped down on the floor, staring at his master's dead body, head in his hands. and at this point seems kind of in shock and is not particularly responsive.
Well, this is truly unsettling.
This sounds bad. This sounds scarier than the ghost.
It is much, much, much worse than a ghost, dear Joego.
What?
Poor Zalakai.
What is demon? Oliver, what is this thing?
A demon? You've never encountered one in the sewers?
Not sure. Never called itself demon.
Well, they might not present themselves as one, but they are nasty creatures that cannot be tamed or controlled, as it appears our dear friend Zalakai was attempting to do. Thus his demise.
Yeah, so, I mean, in terms of just the setting and your guys' sort of common knowledge of it, demons are kind of one of these entities that are, everyone claims to have seen one or known one or something, but very few people offer any kind of consistent or reliable evidence of it. It takes a lot of powerful magic to bring one into the world, and even more to keep it there beyond just a few moments of material existence. Judging by the journal, this thing has been active and present in the world for at least a couple of years.
What about the children? What if it had gotten free then? What? Robin is very upset.
So what? You guys are standing there, staring.
No. Not good. Wear a weapon. Voice say weapon.
Well, there's a felt sack and a scroll tube, so one of y'all wants to look at that, I'll hand the scroll tube over to Oliver. How big was the sack again? About an egg size, you said?
It's about the size of a dice bag and contains something in it that seems like it's about as big as a goose egg. It's heavy. It's heavy though. It's heavier than an egg.
Okay. I'll just open the sack up and look in.
It's a giant emerald. Perfectly cut.
Well, there's nothing in here but a normal stone. Just a regular piece of granite.
Just a regular thing. It's like yay big.
I'll pull it out and hold it up.
Pretty.
Perfectly cut. You can see holding it up to the light. It looks like it's got. You can almost see. I don't know what the word is. It almost seems like it's got a cavity inside of it. Like if you look in like a gemstone, it's like multifaceted. You see the interior of it kind of reflected out, and it has that kind of feel to it.
What's in the scroll tube?
Let me let you see that there.
Okay, I'm not seeing pop-ups here, Jim.
Gotcha. Okay.
If you go to notes on the right-hand side,
My bad.
it'll pop up.
There you go.
Thank you. I thought it would just pop up for you guys, but yeah, they're in the notes.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
So you guys should be able to have access to these whenever you need them through that feature. So Zelakai's scroll is a simple scroll containing instructions for using the emerald to trap the demon. It's written in a more measured, sort of controlled script than the journal is. And just sort of like very, very matter-of-factly, step-by-step, this thing is meant to trap its essence after its physical form has perished.
Okay.
But the prison is not complete.
If I understand, Zelakai consorted with this demon, getting power from it, working with others. Then said sad regret, not wants to do it anymore. But others not let him get away. So they kill him But demons still there. Demons still bad. And we should find it, yes? Not hurts children. Find it, trap it, kill it, yes.
Oh, I think without a doubt. And if any of those kids get hurt, I'm going to travel to the 9th layer of hell and find Zelika myself and kill him again.
Not that we don't all appreciate your vigor on this matter, Robin. I, as you know, hold the Briar House near to my heart as well, but I don't know the first damned thing about killing a demon to trap its soul. Do you?
Well, it seems... I mean, I only know what the drunken street mages say about demons, and that can't be trusted, so it seems like that would be the first course of action. Let's find out what we're fighting, what we're looking for.
It says in notes, Curio, to go and seek ghost of dead scholar. Maybe she knows.
Yeah. We can try to complete his mission.
Poor Curio.
Joego, are you up for another romp in the sewers?
Oh, I thought we got out of the doing the ghost thing.
My dear friend, it appears your fate is a cruel bitch.
Joego will help friends, even though he finds ghosts scary.
That's the spirit. Literally.
Hey.
It's at that point that Curio kind of looks up when you mention his name a couple of times and finding this ghost, and he's just kind of like with a blank stare, really more looking to Oliver than anyone else. It's just like you can see him sort of like he looks at you, and just gives you a look of like resignation and but also sort of a resolute determination behind that grief and resignation. He's like, yeah, I can help as best I can, he says weakly.
Very sorry, Curio.
He appreciates that. You can see him. You can tell. Shocked, but he also, there's genuine feeling there.
Curio, do you plan on staying here?
I mean, Curio's like, this is the only place I've ever known. He intends to stay here.
Okay.
Although, even though it's not
Curio,
protected like it was.
Well, yeah.
Can you tell us where you are seeking the ghost, and you are to retrieve a totem? What is this?
So Curio says that yes, I was to travel north into the abandoned district, and he gives you basically an address that was looking for the home of a scholar by the name of Daronia Vitellius. She was sort of a medium, a channel for spirits, it was said. Wrote a bunch of books on summoning and binding of spirits, perhaps demons maybe. And I was to find her home and see if I could contact her there and acquire a piece of something that would allow us to summon her more easily here. I was afraid of it. She never had a pleasant reputation when she was alive, and I don't know that dying in a conflagration made her much more pleasant to be around, but that was my task.
And you knew this the whole time?
He just he's like, I knew, but I never considered the implications of it. I thought it was just another one of Zelikai's wanting to test the boundaries of his ability to summon and bind creatures from beyond.
You see, this is the kind of thing that we ought to know a little earlier in the evening as events.
Oliver, he is sad man. He has lost his master. Big loss. Very
Jardon,
precious
but
thing.
tracking down a ghost to summon demons, are not allowed to be upset about it at all.
Be upset, but on inside right now.
Very well.
Like Joego. keep all inside until later.
Yeah, Oliver. Oliver, it's good to be kind when someone is sad.
Very well, Curio, we will forgive you this time, but you're in the circle of trust at this point, and we need you to trust us with this type of information in the future. Can you do that?
He stands up and wipes the tears from his eyes, and I can. I'm sorry. I guess I just didn't think it was relevant. I don't know. I'm not cut out for this kind of thing.
It's understandable. It's fine.
I know. Oliver, sing. When Oliver sing, you make everything better.
I won't kill this child.
So you guys find yourselves standing there in Zelakai's study. We're approaching the end of today's session, I think. Anybody have any last thing that they want to do? Any idea of what their next move is? Thoughts, opinions?
Well, we definitely need to go try to find this spirit and see what we can find out about this summoning.
All right.
Do y'all want to regroup here?
Might as well. We're already here.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Maybe do some investigating in any of his books for more info about demons or this orange hair. See if I can't discern a little more about that.
Okay.
Yeah. On it.
Yeah, Jardon, good finder. Find owner of hair.
Yeah, and Robin will just go around the remainder of Zelakai's manse and just, clear the area, so to speak.
Gotcha. So I've got us. It's kind of like stepping out of the game for a second, just to discuss sort of the goals from here on out. We've got looking like you guys are wanting to maybe actually accompany Curio and find this spirit to see if it can give you some more information, or at least see what helpful tips it might have. You're investigating sort of the books and the rest of the stuff in his study. Curio knows the way towards Zelakai's actual magical library as well, and there's another bookcase that slides aside to reveal a spiral staircase leading down that will take you there. And you're gonna try to find some way to figure out what this orange hair is, who it belongs to, and any significance it has. Did I miss anything? Anything else anybody want to do?
No, man.
All right. I'm curious, and this is something I usually do in my home games, as we wrap up, just sort of what your thoughts are, theories. At this point, I'm more curious as to where your characters, what's your characters' motivations, what are their inner thoughts at this point. Take a second to do that.
Joego is wondering who's going to summon the spirit without Zalakai.
Okay.
Matter of fact, he would probably voice that. Joego, very quietly, but not really that quietly. Joego don't think Curio is that good of magicker. Who will bring the ghost?
Curio pretends not to hear.
I'm curious about the power vacuum that Zelakai's disappearance will cause, and that's kind of what I'm thinking about.
Okay.
I'm also curious as whether or not there's any more of those Danishes around.
Yeah, there's a whole table full of. It's like someone was preparing a feast to welcome you. Food to eat. Lunchtime.
I'm going to take some of the food out to the children while these guys take care of important stuff.
Okay.
Robin?
Robin has basically walked off to brood and be angry that his patron that he's been almost trusted Zalakai, and that he would do something like this that could endanger this entire neighborhood.
It's a big secret to keep from Robin.
Yeah, and so Robin's a little pissed right now, but he's going to do what he does, which is go around and secure all the entrances here and put up tripwires with bells on them to alert if anybody were to come sneak up through the garden, things like that. Basically keeping his mind on the task at hand so he doesn't, just get angry and start run off by himself.
So does it go brood? Brood
yeah.
alone.
So
go brood alone.
Yeah. So yeah, he's brooding, and then maybe he'll stand up on a.
I brood alone, all by myself.
How about Jardon? What are Jardon's thoughts? And
Yeah, he's really wanting to go back into the comfort of his tunnels, and he feels really out of place here. He's really forlorn that one of the few people, the surface people outside of his group here, who treated him kindly, who respected him, had this kind of secret going for him and is dead. He really doesn't care quite as much about his bad secrets as that he's now lost. Jardon does not like the idea of life being lost in such a way, but he remembers the words of his mentor before they passed on, of preserving for the greater good. You must sometimes confront really terrible things. So he steels himself and will begin to peruse the books and to try and find some answers moving forward.
all right. Well, that's all I've got for this evening, unless, that's all I got for this evening. Everything else will have to be saved for future installments of Saber Dice.
Yeah, how about that?
I thought Jardon was going to go into the circle of life.
And it moves us all. No, we're not going to do that.
Before we wrap up here, guys, we will be back next Wednesday, 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time for our start time. The following Wednesday, which I believe is the 16th, we're going to be at Gen Con. A lot of us are going to be at Gen Con, so we will not have a game that week. Sorry, WebDM boys. And
It's not fair. It's not fair.
Pruitt, call in some favors with American Airlines and cash in some miles or something. I got a hotel room in. We can chill and hang out.
Yeah, it's other things.
We want to give a huge shout out and a big thank you to our sponsors, ThinkGeek. And guys, you'll catch links to all of our sponsors down below. So we would really appreciate it if you guys support the sponsors. They're supporting us. So if you want to support the show, go show some love to the sponsors. Let them know on Twitter that you appreciate them sponsoring the show and helping us put this together. And those sponsors are ThinkGeek, Fantasy Grounds, which is been incredible to use as our virtual tabletop tonight, and Dungeon Painter Studio with pyromancers.com, which helped Jim put together these like killer custom exactly the way he wants maps. So we want to give a special shout out to our sponsors. Thank you guys for making the show possible. We really, really appreciate it.
Yeah, no doubt.
If you guys don't know who we are, check out panels or go to YouTube or something. I don't know. There's things.
Stuff.
But Jim, thank you so much for running the game tonight, man. You killed it, and it was a great first true session, man. I loved it.
Awesome.
It was a blast.
Running. Can't wait to see what happens next week. It's a surprise for me too.
Round of applause for everyone, and thanks guys in the chat and everybody that's been watching. Again, just like Cody said, thanks to the sponsors for supporting us and making this possible. Guys, go check them out. Please support them. It helps support us. Guys are all awesome. And there goes a lizard person again.
All right, guys. We're out of here. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you.
All right.
Stay nerdy.
Later.